Maybe this wasn't the best place to sit. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me. Today is a little bit of a sit down personal life update video. So if you're not really interested in my personal life and the shifts that I'm going through and kind of what's going on in my own little world, this maybe isn't the video for you. I will be posting more vlogs in the near future, and now that I finally have my camera back and my iPad, consistent vlogging jazz will be back. Woohoo! I have missed you guys so much. Thank you so much for being so patient with me. It has been a long couple of months without my camera, and I tried to post a couple videos here and there with my iPhone quality, but honestly it was just so annoying, which is why I wasn't posting, was because I only had my phone to work from and it's only 16 gigs, so anytime I wanted to upload a video I had to like delete all of my pictures, all my music, all my apps, just to have room to save a video to put it up, which was under a few minutes. It was kind of crazy, so my motivation was out the window there. But again, thank you for being patient. I know I saw a couple of comments asking if I was okay or where I was and why I'm not posting. I'm totally fine. I'm great. Life is awesome, and I will fill you in on that in just a second. But yeah, the main reason was I didn't have my camera. And then when I got my camera a week ago, I didn't have any way to post it. I tried using my friend's MacBook, but when I tried to upload it, it uploaded with no audio, which was weird. So I kind of just deleted that and postponed until I had my equipment back, which I do. I will have a laptop in probably sometime in the month of October, but for right now I just have my iPad, so it's gonna be really basic editing. So it's not gonna be anything fancy, but I don't really think I've ever been super fancy on my channel, so it's nothing new. But let's get right into it. I want to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what's going on in my life right now, because since my first video announcing that I've moved to Alberta, I let you know that I was working this job and it was okay, it was whatever. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, I did not enjoy it at all. I didn't enjoy it at all. Why? Because I was working as a housekeeper at a 5-star resort, and when you work as a housekeeper at a 5-star resort, everything is so freaking intricate. I don't have a problem with procedure, but when it's like you guys don't understand, but like it was so not worth it. It was so not worth all of it, to be honest with you. My staff accommodation that I was staying in there was just not suiting my needs whatsoever. So I actually am working at a new job, and I moved into another house. I wasn't living in a house before. I was living in like an apartment complex, but now I live in a house. So it's just 5 minutes away from where I used to work, but I am so much happier. I am doing the same thing. So I'm doing housekeeping, but it is like a 2-3-star resort. So it is so low key. So honestly, it's a blessing in disguise that I worked at this other place beforehand, because when I came here, I'm like, this is so easy. This is amazing, okay? Yeah, I like it. I love my boss. I'm actually friends with my boss. She's super cool. I love my coworkers. I love my housemates. I love where I am. I'm paying cheaper rent. I'm getting more. I now have internet. That's the main reason I wasn't posting a lot either when I first got here, was because where I was staying for the first 2 weeks, I didn't have any internet at all. And at this place I now have internet, and it's just so much better of a fit for me, honestly. Like, I love my roommate. She's so cool. Before, where I was living, she was nice, but like we couldn't understand each other at all. There was a huge language barrier, so it was kind of just like bodies passing through. I don't know, it was kind of weird. But at my old place I didn't have internet, and I didn't have an oven, and I didn't have a fridge. I only had a mini fridge, and I had like one shelf on it, so you could imagine how hard it was for me to eat when I had only 2 stovetop burners and like a thing this big in a mini fridge. Like, are you kidding me? My physical needs to be fed were not being met. Like, I was being given 3 meals a day at the other job, but I wasn't really eating meals at all because they were so anti-vegan. The only thing that was vegan was like rice and vegetables, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to eat rice and vegetables for every meal every day. So I was buying my own groceries, and then I would have had to pay for internet, and it was just like so much expense, to be honest, for a job that I did not like at all. So I was like, switch up, time for something new. But actually, it was really cool how I started working here, because I never had the intention to work at the place that I'm working at now. I never found it online and applied. I actually ended up meeting someone. I was walking down the street playing my ukulele, and I was coming home from playing a basketball game or something like that, and my ukulele, great conversation piece, by the way, sparked a conversation with some guy. He's like, is that a banjo? I was like, nah, homie, it's a ukulele. And then I didn't say it like that. I don't know why I said it like that. But we just started talking, and basically we started hanging out. I started going over to his house a little bit more, and I noticed like, wow, your staff accommodation is actually really nice. Like, how do I get a job wherever you're working? Where are you working? Give me all the info. Please give me the info. I just want to move. I just want internet. So he did. He gave me the information. He gave me everything I needed. He said, hey, this is where I work. You know, you should apply. Like, we're looking for people right now. So I applied. Within a couple of days, I got the job. And within less than a week, I moved in. And the rest is history. It has been absolutely amazing. Like, my happiness went from here to here just from me moving there. Now, mind you, there are a couple obviously cons. Just like with everything, there are some pros and cons, and this is maybe going to be a little bit of a longer video, so grab some snacks, get comfy, and let your girl give you the down low on her life. So I don't know where to start, to be honest with you. Okay, so let's start with staff accommodation. If you don't know what staff accommodation is, let me give you a little bit of a rundown on that, because honestly, that is the only reason that I'm able to be living out here right now. If I was having to get an apartment by myself, I wouldn't be living here because it would be way too expensive. Staff accommodation is actually the most amazing thing that is being offered, and honestly, I didn't even know it existed. I didn't know that companies did this for people to work there, but I understand that Alberta, huge, especially Lake Louise, huge tour area, and there's a lot of tourists coming and going all the time, huge travel spot, and also very expensive to live. So these companies, okay, so it's very expensive to live, we need people to work, what are we gonna do? Problem solved, boom, bang, staff accommodation was born. So basically you live in this complex, and it varies depending on the company that you're working for, but for me personally, for this one, I am living in a house with about 5 or 6 other people. I know it sounds like a lot, but honestly, we make it work, and it's great, and it just flows really well. So I pay $300, I share a room, I'm not in bunk beds, I was in bunk beds in the other place. I mean, I'll do it, but like, honestly, it's so much better when you're not in bunk beds. I'll show you little clippets, actually, just so you can kind of see my living space. So this is my bedroom. I have a roommate. She's so awesome. Her name is Haejong. She's from Korea. And she's the sweetest girl ever. I totally feel like she's like an older sister to me. It's awesome. She's 28 years old, even though she looks like she's like friggin' 21. And then we have a kitchen. We have a full kitchen. We have 2 fridges that we share between all of us, and we have an oven, toaster, blender, all that fun stuff. I've got shelf space, which is super awesome, and then we've got a nice spacious living room, which we like to hang out in sometimes. I got a couple pieces to spice the place up just because it was really bland. I got this really beautiful Buddha poster at the dollar store. Yeah, the dollar store. Obviously it wasn't $1, but still. And then I got some flowers for the table and just some like little decorations and stones, which I thought just made the place cute and homey. In my room, I like having Christmas lights and, you know, a couple other pieces that I got, like butterfly stickers on the wall and my wall hangings and everything like that, just to make it nice and homey. I get free internet, got a washer and a dryer in the house, and it's great. I buy my own groceries, and I go to Banff all the time, or Canmore, or sometimes Calgary if I make it out that way. It's pretty far out of the way, but if you can, it's great because food is pretty expensive here. But regardless, I love the staff accommodation. It is a huge help financially and is literally the only reason I'm able to experience living out here right now. So thank you so much, universe, for having this beautiful creation be a thing. When it comes to my job, I am doing housekeeping. It is very basic. I'm just cleaning rooms, doing my thing, you know, that's housekeeping. So one benefit that I've noticed from being in housekeeping is the fact that I am now a minor clean freak, in the sense of I do not like things being messy, because when you think about it, I'm cleaning messy rooms all day. So when I get home, I'm like, this is not happening. This is not, no, I cannot deal with a messy space. Sometimes, of course, it happens, but I always pull it back and I'm just like, nope, no. Cluttered space, cluttered mind, I can't deal. When I actually moved into this new house, the first day I deep cleaned for 3 hours, and 2 days later I deep cleaned for another 2 hours. Because I was like, okay, I'm living here, I'm gonna make this place clean as heck. so that's what happened. And yeah, but a little bit of an update on my life and how I'm personally doing and the shifts I'm going through, the temptations that have come up, the experiences I've had, how amazing it has been, how not amazing it has been. I'm gonna get into that in a second. So honestly, yes, this may be a little bit of a longer video because I am actually just really loving being able to sit in front of the camera and express these feelings to you, just because I don't know, I mean, you guys are kind of like a family to me, you know what I mean? I've been YouTubing for over a year now. This has been the longest that I've gone without filming in over a year and a half, which is crazy. I'm used to filming almost every day, you know, sometimes there would be times where I wouldn't, but it's been a huge part of my life. So the fact that I haven't been on camera, I haven't sat down and just kind of told you what's going on in my life, because you know how open I am if you do watch my videos, especially if you've been here from the start, you know how much I love to share my life with you and my experiences, not only so that I can just kind of tell you what's going on, but just so that you guys have an insight to my life. Because when you see someone on social media, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is, you only see that very small tidbit. You don't hear about all of the things going on unless they choose to share those with you. And as you guys know, if you watch my videos, if you don't and you're new to this, hey, I'm Jasmine. I'm introducing myself a little bit late in this video, but I do love to be very transparent with you guys. I like to share not every single bit of my life, but I love to share a huge portion of it. So I thank you for being here and holding space for me to be able to express that and giving me your feedback if you do. It's really appreciated, and I do thank you for that. So let's get right into it. I did not know that Lake Louise is a party town. Yeah, if you look it up on Google, it's like right there, but I just didn't look it up on Google, you know, it wasn't one of those things I looked up. But I moved here and I'm like, oh, okay, surprise, surprise. So everyone drinks pretty much except for like 1% of people, which is very rare to come across. Everyone is smoking almost. Like, I don't want to say everyone, but like a huge majority of people are just very like party oriented, you know what I mean? Lake Louise, so I've been told, is a place where you come, make money, have sex, party, and then go home. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I came here to live. I came here to explore, and I came here to experience the beautiful mountains that are around me. I'd show you, but it's very smoky today, so you'll see in a couple of my other vlogs for sure. But anyways, yeah, so I moved here and I was like, oh, okay, because if you know me, you know that I don't party, you know that I don't drink, I don't like alcohol, I don't like alcohol vibes, I don't like being around drunk people. I've become a little more open to it just because I'm surrounded by it. It's not something I prefer though. I do not like being around drunk people. But you know, you make do with what you have and you make do with your surroundings. So that's what I've been presented with. Temptations have been rising in the sense of, for example, this is gross, this is so gross, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna try to hide how I'm feeling, because I feel like maybe somewhere throughout the lines, if anyone's watching this, something I say may resonate with them and help them in whatever situation it may be in their life. I don't know. I'm clearly saying these things for a reason, and I'm just being the vessel that's allowing this to be channeled through. So here we are. But if you happen to know me maybe like a year or so ago, or just know my past, I did smoke cigarettes at one point, as gross as it is. I did smoke cigarettes for almost a year. And it got to the point where I was smoking almost like a pack every couple of days, and it was just like a huge thing in my life. It was kind of like a comfort safety thing almost, because I was going through a huge breakup, and that's why I started smoking, was I was just sad, and it was the only thing that kind of like made me feel a little bit better, even though you're inhaling toxins. I don't know, logic. So I quit, and even though I quit, it hasn't been like crazy long. I still feel like there's that mental connection. Even though I know cigarettes are disgusting and I would never light one again, I feel like it's still that mental click where that nicotine has that emotional or mental, how do you say, like resonate or something. I don't know how, well, I don't even know how I would say this, but like it has that mental connection where it's like if you're surrounded by it, which I am now, I'm surrounded by people who smoke cigarettes. I'm starting to get that craving back. I almost feel like a drug addict who has relapse thoughts. I know I'll never get back into it, but like I could feel the craving just in me so strongly and so passionately, just being like, I want to smoke a cigarette, I want to smoke a cigarette. And it's just like, why? Like, I don't understand. But all I know is that all these temptations have been coming up. I even got tempted to drink one time, and you guys know how much I hate alcohol. I got tempted to drink, I got tempted to smoke cigarettes. I've been tempted to be stepping back into the lifestyle that I used to live in before I started waking up and just opening my eyes to a different world that I'm now living in today. And I am observing myself going through these motions, and I can observe myself trying to make excuses for myself as to why doing that would be okay. Even though I know it will not serve my highest good, I can see that I'm allowing my surroundings to really strongly influence me. And it's a really amazing presentation because all of these people around me, they're all doing their own thing, they're all living their own life, they're just being them. But the way that I see it is I see them as a pure reflection of myself. It's like a mirror. So seeing all these people as pure reflections of myself, I have started trying to kind of rewire my brain and the way I view things, in the sense of, instead of having judgment towards these people and their actions and the way that they're choosing to live their life, instead I see them as different versions of myself, and I think, okay, I acknowledge that. I can appreciate the fact that they are living the life that they want to live. And I see them as this version, a different version of me, and I ask myself, okay, they're doing their own thing. What am I going to be doing? What version of myself do I want to be today? Do I want to take 10 steps backwards? Or do I want to stay stagnant? Do I want to take 3 steps forward? Do I want to do things every day that I know will benefit me, even if sometimes I don't want to do them? Like, for example, yoga. I know yoga will benefit me so much, but I allowed myself for a period of time to get really caught up in the hype here, because it's easy, you know, there's always things going on, there's always this and that, and it's very easy to constantly be busy and going out and doing things and being with people. So, even though it's been hard for me to dedicate sacred solitude to myself, I have made a vow with myself that I will do that, because even though I love other people's company, I love it, I love being around other beautiful souls, I have to respect myself in the sense of I need to be constantly progressing. I cannot stay stagnant, because that will not make me happy. Like, I may be able to ignore the mild unhappiness for a little bit, being caught up in stuff, but once I'm alone, if I haven't been doing anything except just kind of like working and then doing whatever, my soul will be so restless. And I've experienced this already. I've experienced this and I'm like, nope, I cannot do this anymore. So the other day I had this experience where I was really happy, I was having a great day, and I was meditating by the river with a friend, and I had this realization of me being like, wow, I love my life, this is so great, but what am I doing? Honestly, what direction do I have in my life? Where am I going? And the reason this actually sparked was because I was talking on the phone with a friend of mine in Hawaii, and he was expressing some feelings about an experience that he's going through. He's a little bit frustrated, and it is regarding another person who he felt very strongly needed some sense of direction in their life. And basically, he was expressing himself in a way where he just wanted to get it off his chest, right? So he's speaking in a way where he's kind of having a conversation with her, but he's explaining it to me of like, get some direction in your life, have a plan. Even if you don't stick to that plan, that's fine, but have some direction. And even though he was expressing feelings he had towards this other person, those words stuck with me, and I'm so thankful that he said those words at that time to me, expressing his feelings about another person, because that had helped me. His words popped in my head of, get a plan. Even if you do not stick to that plan, that's okay, but work towards something. So right now, don't get me wrong, I love my job. I'm not gonna be housekeeping forever though, you know what I mean? This is for me to save money. This was for me to get out here. This was me to get out of the other place that I was working. I'm happy, I love my job, but it is not where I want to stay. So the other day I got a plan and I'm stoked on it. If you happen to know my travels in Hawaii, the very first time I went when I was 18, you would know that I took my yoga teacher training. If you didn't know, well, you know now. And I was never really into yoga, to be honest with you. I just did not want to go to college or university, but I needed to do something with my life because I was in this place of partying because I felt lost and I didn't know what to do. So my mom was like, you have to do something. So she presented this idea and I was like, you know what? That seems like an amazing idea. Saved up all my money, went out to Hawaii, got certified as a yoga instructor, and I took a 200-hour course and it was amazing, but I was also sick for 2 weeks of it, so I didn't even get to take in all of the information that was being presented to me and that I paid for because I was so sick. I was falling asleep in class, I was missing classes. It was great, but I missed out on a lot. So I started teaching when I got home. I absolutely loved it because I was really into fitness, so what I liked doing was incorporating fitness and yoga in together, and it was called fitness yoga. Oh, so original, Jasmine. I know. Okay, just go with it. I started teaching, but then I allowed myself to get pulled back into old habits, and I totally abandoned this brand new, light, healthy lifestyle for my old lifestyle that didn't serve me, but just gave me temporary fun. So I was young, you know, I wasn't in it 100%. I only did yoga a few times before I took my yoga teacher training, okay? Most people practice for years before they do that, but I just jumped right into it. Would I recommend it? Heck yes. If you feel called to do that, do that. Because if I would have stuck with it, it would have been amazing. But I didn't, and I'm not gonna judge myself for my past actions. I'm just gonna now take responsibility for the fact that I am where I am in life. I want to move forward. What am I going to do to move forward? So I've decided, and my mother helped me come up with this idea because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go to school to become a massage therapist or whether I wanted to start teaching yoga again. But I realized right now, I need to get myself out of debt. I'm in a little bit of debt coming out here. Almost done, almost taken care of, and I am planning on staying here until next October. So for 1 full year, I am going to rack away as much money as I can. Doing the math, I can save up to about 20K by this time next year, and I'm gonna go take another yoga teacher training, a 300-hour one this time, so I'll have 500 hours in my back pocket, and I'm just going to focus so much on yoga for this next year and start teaching and start traveling and start my career again, because I got that started when I was 18. I let it fall through my fingertips. Turning 22 this year, and I am not about to be working these temporary mediocre jobs for the next several years, you know. I'm very grateful for what I have right now, but I'm not gonna let myself stay stagnant just because I am content with it. So whoever's watching this, if you happen to feel like you're a little bit lost right now, you're not really doing things that are helping you move forward in the sense of career or just getting your life going so you don't really know what to do, I really, really advise you to take some time to be silent, to call on your angels if you believe in them. If you don't, to call on whatever higher power it is that you believe in and ask for guidance. If you already know what you want to do and you just aren't taking the steps to get the ball rolling, I highly encourage you sitting down, writing down your goals, writing down what you want to achieve, and start doing things that are going to help you work towards that, because honestly, it is the best feeling in the world to write down some goals, to write down some things that you are wanting to work towards and seeing that come to fruition, because I feel like it's much easier to stay present and stay consistent with whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve when you have it written down on paper. Because when we have these thoughts in our head, we're like, oh, this would be nice, this. Thoughts come and go. We have so many thoughts every single day, and it's so easy to get caught up in them. You know, it's like sitting on the side of a road in the middle of a city, seeing all these cars passing by, whipping by. You can't keep up. It's like your thoughts. Okay, don't try to keep up with them, but do write down goals, plans, what you want to do, where you want to go, where do you want to see yourself, whether they're short-term, long-term, both. Write it down. So that's where I'm at right now, and I feel really awesome about it. I feel really great. I'm dedicating myself to doing at least 1 hour of yoga every single day, and I'm just gonna be studying postures and studying poses because I want to get very, very strong in my own practice before I even attempt to get back into the world of teaching again, because I loved teaching. Teaching yoga was definitely my passion in life at that point. I knew once I finished that training, actually, I was sitting down and I was after teaching a class, and I was like, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. this is amazing. I'm getting paid to work out and help people feel so good, and I'm feeling so good, and I was just on this high, and I want to get back there. I want to get back there. I miss that feeling, and I'm not holding judgment for myself for letting it go, because at first I was like, wow, you could have been so many places, you would have gone so far, you would have been here and there, blah, blah, blah. No, do not pull that guilt card. We don't have time for that. We need to be gentle and patient with ourselves, but we also need to take responsibility for our life. And that's what I'm choosing to do, and it feels really good, because for a little bit I was just kind of like, ooh, this is fun, I'm just cruising, just doing my thing, but like, okay, let's cruise with a destination. Some kind of destination. So yeah, I just wanted to express like my gratitude for that. Thank you, Mom, if you are watching this, for helping me. My mother is such an amazing light being, and I'm so happy that I chose her as a parent this lifetime, because honestly, there's no words. She's such an important piece of my life, and I'm so thankful for the positive reassurance that she gives me, the positive love that she gives me every single day. She sends me messages and care packages, and I love her so much. She is the sweetest being. If any of you watching this know my mom, you know how sweet she is, and you probably love her if you have met her. Anyone who meets her loves her, because she's just so freaking cool. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at for the sense of like career and direction and where I'm going. Let's talk relationships now. So the relationships that I have made out here so far, I've made some really good girlfriends. There's two girls in specific that stick out in my mind. One, her name is Camry, and the other, her name is Brooke. And if you're watching this, hey guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of my life. I am so thankful for you, and everyone else that I've met, I'm so thankful for as well. It's just that like there's a couple people that I formed some really awesome relationships with, and I'm really thankful, because sister bonds and feminine energy and coming together, just being together, is so important. Masculine energy is beautiful. I love it, but it is so important as a female to have that female on female connection. I think personally it's really important to do so. So I'm really thankful for them. I have some amazing housemates. I actually have this guy, he's from Quebec. He's the cutest Frenchie ever. His name is Carl, and he's like probably my best guy friend here. We have this really fun relationship where it's almost like we're like brother and sister. We like go back and forth, and we're just like always, we're not bickering, but we're always just like poking fun at each other, and it's just a really good time. And there's a lot of other people in my life who I have really been happy to have met. They're a lot of fun. The one thing lacking though is the fact that I haven't really met anyone except for one person, which I'll touch on in a second. Someone who I can connect with on a spiritual level, just because out here everyone is kind of on a little bit of a different page than I am, which is totally okay. No judgment, that's just the way it is. It's just that I do mildly crave that little bit deeper of a connection with someone, and that's why I'm going to just kind of give you a little bit of a story time for someone that I really do appreciate in my life and is potentially watching this. If you are Spence, hey! I'm gonna introduce him in just a second. I'll actually show you a clip of him after I just explain this little story time. So if you don't have your snacks already, get your snacks, get comfy, do your thing. Vegan chicken wing, ho! So me and this guy had followed each other on social media on Instagram, and we were able to resonate with each other because we both lived on the big island of Hawaii. And if you live on the big island of Hawaii and you're able to like connect with someone who lives there too, or has lived there at whatever point, it's such a special connection, because when you explain living in Hawaii to someone who hasn't been there, obviously they're not gonna really understand. That's totally understandable. But for someone who has lived there and they do get it, it's really cool, because you both just know, you know? He saw me posting pictures when I moved out here, and he messaged me and was like, oh my goodness, I want to live in the Rockies. That's like my ultimate dream. I haven't done it because of the fear of security and where I'm at and all this stuff. And I could sense that he really wanted to come out here. He really wanted to live in the mountains, love grizzly bears, loves forests. Like, bro, you belong out here. So I gave him all the information that I could about staff accommodation and work and money and just everything that I basically knew that I would want to know before coming out here. I shared with him, because as much as I wanted him to come out here, I just wanted to let him know, like, this is what's up, you know, the pros and the cons of the staff comm that I was working at and all that kind of stuff. So basically, this guy took the leap, took the frickin' leap, good for you, clap, clap, and came out here and moved out here about a week or two ago, a week and a half, 2 ago. Wow, time is interesting. Anyways, so he came out here, we met for the very first time. The first time that we met, we went for a jog around the river. It was super awesome. Endorphins were pumping. I was so high on endorphins. And it was really cool to meet him, to finally like meet someone when you have just followed them on social media, you know, because he just watched my YouTube videos. He only saw me for whatever I put out there. So it was cool to be able to meet someone and just kind of see what they really are like in person. And he is extremely down to earth. He's so cool. He is so cool. Like, words can't explain it, and they can't whatsoever. Second time that we hung out, we actually went to Banff and we got sushi. Oh my god, I got the best sushi rolls ever. They had sweet potatoes in them, and they had freaking avocado. Sweet potato and avocado. Yeah, so good. I had like 2 rounds, because we were on a time crunch and I didn't want to spend that much money, but basically it was so good. It was like a sushi train that went around. Anyways, he was a little bit late getting there, and when he was like, hey, I'm so sorry I'm late, like I was getting a present for you. I'm like, what? Boy, you getting a present for me? What are you talking about? Why? Can you tell me? Show me, please, show me. And he pulled out this beautiful rose quartz necklace. You can see that there. Oh, it's really warm. Nice. And yeah, he said this is a little like token of appreciation for our friendship, and just something for you to remember me by, and just to remember to keep your heart open, just because that's what rose quartz represents. It represents heart space and keeping your heart open, and just love, baby, love. And yeah, this is super special. I've been wearing it every day since he got it for me, and I think our friendship is starting off on a really cool note. He's a really cool guy, more down to earth than anyone I've met out here, and he's just super into things that I'm into as well. Like, we're in alignment in some way. We're kind of going like this, you see? Yeah. Anyways, he's the only person out here that I can really connect with a little bit deeper than most people. So if you're watching this, I know I've said it before, but thank you. Thank you for your existence. I am so happy to be sharing this physical experience with you and being able to flow the flow with you. So it's great. I love that. And yeah, he's not afraid of the camera, which is amazing. He is so good at guitar, and he has a killer voice. So I mean, you could imagine what it's like being around him. Amazing. The way I feel when I'm with him is amazing.
We can make it work. You look so blissed right now.
I am. Are you taking a video? Oh!
Wow. You're so smooth with when it moves.
I know, right?
Hey! We just chilling out here, enjoying ourselves.
Introduce yourself. Who are you?
Well, I go by many names. Sometimes no name. Sometimes I just am. Spencer is my name. That's what they call me. Or Earth. That's what Hawaii calls me.
Was that your rainbow name?
Yeah. Well, that's what Donna gave me.
That's your rainbow name.
Earth.
Yep.
Because I'm grounded naturally, and I'm down to earth.
Follow him on Instagram.
Yeah. Follow me at Finding Earth. Wherever this goes, I don't know, maybe nowhere, but what's up?
Oh. I'm really thankful for him. There's some really great connections that I've made out here. Eating wise, I have been doing great. I've been losing weight. I don't really step on the scale much. I did once, and I think I lost like 5 pounds since I've been here, which is great. I am eating less, not intentionally, okay, maybe a little bit intentionally, but I'm not eating less in the sense of I'm calorie restricting. It's just that before I felt like I was extremely overeating, because ever since I've gone vegan, I am not blaming Freely, just by the way, I'm not blaming her at all. It's just that I came into this lifestyle coming in on the raw till 4 high carb low fat lifestyle, and I do follow pretty much high carb low fat. I don't do 80-10-10 because I don't like to keep track of stuff like that, but I do like to keep it low fat. The only fats that I really eat are like avocados and nuts and seeds and stuff like that. And nut butters and stuff like that, so they're healthy fats. And I just know that ever since I started being vegan and coming into that lifestyle, which now is almost 2.5 years later, I'm very accustomed to just eating, like shoving in the carbs, packing it in. And don't get me wrong, I love carbs. Carbs are life, like literally life. Life without carbs would not be life at all, so that's that. But again, I was just very accustomed to just like calorie stuffing, and since I'm not like an athlete and I'm not exercising like crazy, I just started to find that like, why am I eating this much? I don't understand. I'm eating past the point of being full, and it doesn't feel right. So I'm starting to eat less. I'm also eating a lot more starch than I am fruit. Not because I'm against fruit at all. It's just because being out here, like I take a shuttle to go to the grocery store and back, and carrying like 20 to 40 pounds of bananas is really hard because I have to walk and then walk back and then walk to my place, and it's just like a lot of work. So I don't have that much fruit. I haven't had a single smoothie since I've been here. How crazy is that? I know, right? That's actually really sad. I need to have a smoothie like soon. Anyways, so I've been eating a lot more starch. My day pretty much looks like oatmeal and like rice and potatoes and soup and pasta and stuff like that, and like some fruit in my oatmeal and stuff like that. I'm actually going to be doing more what I eat in a day videos, just to give you guys a little bit of an insight of what my new-ish diet looks like a little bit. Excuse me. I feel amazing. My body feels nice and tight. It feels so good. I've been hiking lots and going up mountains, which I'm so excited to take you along for. I'm so happy that I have my camera before it starts getting cold, because it is pretty much fall here. It's not pretty chilly, but it's getting chilly. But we still have time to go hiking, so I can't wait to bring you along for that. Get ready for some adventures with me. That'll be so much fun, because I haven't vlogged a single one since I've been here, because my phone just didn't have enough storage and it was annoying, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna be present. I'm just gonna be 100% present, take this time while I don't have my camera to really just like be here now. And it was great. I've been hiking mountains and it has been awesome. Such a good workout. Oh my god, my legs are literally loving it. And I've started getting into like longboarding lately. I've been rollerblading a little bit, not so much. I've been skating a lot more. Like longboarding has literally become like a huge thing in my life. It's amazing. I actually been skating way too much. My ankles really hurt. So I'm taking today off, and I've been going for lots of runs and just being really present in nature, and it's really awesome. So that's kind of like what's up with my life right now. I can't really think of anything else that I want to update you on. This has gone on for a decently long time, but I mean, hey, I did warn you, so hopefully you got hella snacks, because damn, okay, my camera battery is actually gonna die. So I'm gonna wrap this up. If you guys have any questions for me, or you have any requests for me to do any type of video, definitely leave that in the comments below. I am so open to doing that, as long as it's not anything sexual and weird. If it is, just don't even bother typing, because I don't even bother answering your gross comments. Anyways, I will see y'all soon, and it's been great connecting, you know, it's been great sitting, talking to a camera by myself. Okay, I will see you guys soon. I actually have to go. I said that I was going to go ahead and phone call with my best friend from home, so I'm gonna go do that, and I will see you guys soon. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I know it was like not that intense or crazy or exciting, it's kind of just my life, but like, I know some people are interested. Some people, not all people, but some people. So yay! Okay, I don't know how to end this. Okay, bye. Walking through the woods in Lake Louise, doing my own thing in my bare feet. There's no point to this video at all.